Let's turn now to Edmonton's Police Association President, Maurice Brodeur. He knew Woodall as a friend and a colleague. He is helping to arrange accommodations for out-of-town guests for the upcoming funeral. He joins me now from Edmonton. Maurice Brodeur, how is the police community doing today?
Well, I don't think very well, and they shouldn't. It'll be a long grieving process. We're all a family here, particularly the members of the police service. We're not that huge that we don't all feel this and all knew Danny in some way.
Yeah. When was the last time you saw him?
I saw him Friday, and just by happenstance he came by with his partner, and we spent about 45 minutes having a coffee and some laughs, and which is indicative of Dan. I've always known him to have an easy smile and a chuckle on his lips, and it so saddens me. I'm just glad I could see him on Friday anyway.
Yeah. He came here from Great Britain. He was recruited to be a police officer here in Canada.
Yes, he came from a very, very busy northern England city, Manchester. And so he came to us with a great skill set, and he wanted to have a better life. And he chose the best country in the world, Canada. And he brought his bride here, and they had their 2 children here, who are now 6 and 3. And things were going very well for Danny. That's why it's such a sad thing that we lose such a good person to the effects of some person who probably wasn't as great offering things to society as Danny did.
How is Danny's family doing?
I've heard, and I didn't want to interfere because sometimes you can overwhelm somebody with kindness. So, but I hear Claire Woodall, Daniel's wife, is amazingly strong, an amazing woman, and I'm sure she needs to be for her children, and also respecting Dan's spirit.
Yeah, and his family will be coming over from England, as I understand it.
Yes, they're arriving tomorrow, and we're trying to facilitate as much as we can to make an easy transition for such a horrible time for them.
Yeah. What about Sergeant Harley? He was shot, but the vest, as the police chief put it this morning, was engaged.
You know, I did see Jason at the hospital. I know he was struck somewhat in the back, below the vest. I didn't delve too far into what the vest might have done in regards to stopping any other further bullets. But Jason Harley is a tough, great police officer who's guilt-ridden that he couldn't have done more. And I got to tell you, and I hope he's hearing this, is that he did everything he could. It's just one of those tragic circumstances, and he bears no guilt at all in this.
Yeah, from what you understand, what happened there?
It was just a couple blocks from my house. I actually wandered out. I heard the sirens and found myself almost enveloped in a chaotic scene. From what I understand, is they went to an address to serve a warrant. My initial information, and that could be proven wrong later, is that the person that they were going to arrest was being investigated for criminal harassment crime, and they didn't have a lot of information on him, so they attended the door to speak with him and have that conversation, which never happened because shots were fired through the door in a cowardly manner as far as I'm concerned, and this is what enveloped with the gunfire, the house being burned in flames, obviously a mentally unstable man. Yeah,
did the police know that there were guns in that house, that the suspect possessed a gun?
I don't know. And again, all I can really say, because I'm not privy to all the investigative information, but I do remember that we did not know a lot about this guy, and which is concerning because oftentimes as a police officer, you're going to be involved with people you don't know, pulling over a car, maybe the plate says it's this person, but somebody else driving, and that's inherent danger of police work, is as prepared as you possibly can be. It's a messy, sloppy world out there, and human beings aren't predictable, and we deal with this on a daily basis.
Yeah, what do you make of the mayor? I mean, the mayor is so emotional and so hurt by what happened this morning, as you are, I'm sure, as many people are, not only in Edmonton, really, but across the country and around the world, particularly in the police community. But Don Iveson said, "I will say that the loss of the gun registry may be related to this." And I guess he's thinking that if the guns have been registered and you had done a check, then maybe the police would have been more prepared for what may have been laying behind that door.
First off, I'm very proud of the mayor coming out and showing his support, his courage, and showing his emotions. As for the gun registry, I can't say that would. When people are involved in a criminal lifestyle or not enveloped in the laws of the land, they're going to have guns, and we'll never know. So when we approach an address, we always approach as if there could be guns. But having said that, we have to be always measured in our approach. You certainly don't want a lot of policemen running around with rifles at port arms and wearing jack boots. So there's a balance there, and we'll never always, there's never a circumstance where we'll know definitively if there are guns in the house. And so you try to approach every house as such, but you have to approach the house. And we have to approach the house or the car every day, right?
How will this change how you do things, or will it?
It won't, and it shouldn't, and I don't want it to. We are embraced by our community. We are part of our community. We will grieve. We'll strap up our gun belt, and we'll take our calls, and we'll nobly serve our community. And we won't let this change us. It could enhance our training somewhat and maybe our approach, but we will still try to be that approachable police officer.
All right. Edmonton's Police Association President Maurice Brodeur, thank you so much for taking the time to speak to us from Edmonton. I know it's a difficult day for you as well. Thank you again.
One more thing,
yes,
if I could, please.
Of course.
Our EPS Wives Club has come up with a great idea, and we want the people of this city, region, country, it doesn't matter. Blue ribbon campaign, blue ribbons on fence posts, trees, just to show support. My members need to see that support and that people care for them.
Why do you think that they need that support today? What do you think that message will be for them?
What I see oftentimes is that the vocal minority, the disenfranchised, the negative, even the negativity of situations that show well in the news are often forecast. When a police officer does something bad, you are going to know, and it'll be news. When a police officer does 10 good things in a day, that's just part of doing their business. I want this turned around this time. I want people to come out. I want the silent majority to just say, hey guys, girls, we care, we support you. And that's a very visible sign of doing so with the blue ribbon idea.
All right. Maurice Brodeur, thank you once again.
Thank you.